Hey everybody, I'm coming at you again. This is my part 2. I'm going to stop doing part 2 with all of this stuff, and I'm going to start just doing in the evening, because I feel like in the evening time I have more time to really go into it how I want to than opposed to doing the morning time. Because morning time, depending on what's going on, I'm kind of rushed, and then sometimes I'm a little dragging, you know. I'm not really a morning person. I'm not a night person either. I'm kind of like more like a midday person. But anyway, it's so funny. I talked to one of my coworkers, and so she says to me, she said, how do you come up with all of this stuff? She said. Bless me. She said, how do you come up with all this stuff? She said, because you be getting all excited. And I don't find nothing exciting, especially about the Old Testament. I said, girl, you just ain't reading it right, because there's some good stuff, especially in the Old Testament. Old Testament got it going on. They got a whole lot of stuff going on in the Old Testament. Trust me. But anyway, as you know, getting back to business at hand, I have been really talking about women. The women in the Bible. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of women in there that have done a lot of stuff. I mean, they got it going on. So one of the women I started talking about today was Abigail. So a lot of people probably don't know about Abigail. And Abby was bad. She was really, really good. But, okay, how many of us, let me put it this way. How many of us have been in situations where you pretty much say, okay, it could be worse, things could be a whole lot worse than what it is. So I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to say, hey, it could be worse, and just let it be like that. You're not looking for an escape. You're not looking for deliverance. You just chilling. Well, this was Abby. But let me tell you, God knows you. God knows what you think. You don't have to say it. You don't have to open your mouth and say it. God knows it. So when God reveals who he wants, he's going to let you know. He's going to let you know exactly who he is. He's going to connect with you because he knows what's in your heart. He knows what's in your mind and your soul. Hey, he knows every hair on our heads. So because you don't go to God with a complaint or say something because of what you're going through, doesn't mean he doesn't know about it. It's not saying that he doesn't know, because he knows. God knows. So anyway, okay, so I don't know why my screen is acting up. Hold on, people. I'm having issues. I'm having issues with my screen. So hold on. All of a sudden, okay, there we go. think that's a little bit better. I don't know what happened to my screen. I hope you're seeing this. Okay. So, anyhow. So, anyway. So, what happened was she's married off to this rich man. Okay. He's got all this money. He's got great power. And, it's a blessing. She has a place to stay. She's married to a wealthy man. Life is good. It's not great. It's good. Because he is despised by everybody. He's totally ignorant. In fact, his name, Nabal, means senseless. So the man is crazy as hell. He's stupid. He is not kind. He's not nice. He's in some ways just a wicked person. So anyway, she's very intelligent. She's an intelligent woman. In fact, the Bible states that she's intelligent and beautiful, is how she is described. And she's married to him, like I said. And sometimes we get into that que sera type thing, like whatever will be, will be. Well, no. When you believe in God, it's not a que sera, whatever will be, will be. It's more like whatever God's will is, will be. So anyhow, she's married to Nabal, and he is not a nice person. He is very senseless, like his name. He's ignorant as all get up, but she's just grateful. She's grateful she got a place to stay. She's married to somebody that has great wealth. She's prominent in the community. What more can she ask for? Is basically what it is. So anyway, you just like anything else, you have a flip side of what's going on somewhere else. So over here we got David. Now, this is before he becomes King David. David is actually on the run from Saul. We got Samuel has died, and everything is just total chaos. So David takes off. He's in hiding. So he's with his 300-400 guys. How you in hiding with 300-400 guys? I do not know. Hey, Ronnie. To me, fly higher, move faster by yourself. But then I guess they were his bodyguards, so I don't know. So anyhow, the Bible states, if you read it, says, now there was a man in Maon whose business was in Carmel. And this man was very rich. He had 3,000 sheep and thousands of goats. And he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. The man's name was Nabal. The name of his wife was Abigail. And she was a woman with good understanding and beautiful appearance. But the man was harsh and evil in his doings. Okay, so it says, when David heard about the wilderness, that Nabal was shearing his sheep, David sent 10 young men. And David said to the young men, go up to Carmel, go to Nabal, greet him in my name, and thus you say to him who lives in prosperity, peace be to you. Okay, peace be to you. All right. Peace to your house and peace to all you have. Now I have heard that you have shears, the shepherds with us, and we did not hurt them, nor was there anything missing from them, all the while they were in Carmel. So ask the young men, and they will tell you. Therefore, let my young men find favor in your eyes, for we have come to the feast day. So in other words, hey, when your boys was up here with us, we took good care of them. We protected them. We guided them. We was right there helping out with them. Everything. So now we're here and it's during the feast time. How about sending us some food down? Because we got all these men. So when the young men came to Nabal, according to the words that David had told him, Nabal answered and said, David? Who's David? I don't know nothing about no David. And who is this man going to tell me to give him some of what I have? I don't care what he did. Now, let me tell you something. How many of us know you got some people out there that no matter what you do, you could do something for them. And instead of them turning around saying, oh, wow, thank you, I really appreciate it, the first thing they say is, hey, you didn't have to do that. You did that on your own. But see, life is not about that. That's not how we do. That's not how we should do. That is how we do, but that's not how we should do. It should always be about, okay, you did this, I'll do this for you. One hand washing the other, But he goes on and he pretty much tell them, you go back and you tell him that I'm not giving him my bread, no water, and he definitely ain't getting no meat. And everything I've got that I killed in my food, it belongs to me, and I'm not sharing it. So, remember, my mother always say, this here, that little red thing in your mouth, you need to keep it under control. Because once something comes across it, you can't take it back. And see, you got people that will forgive, but they don't forget. And Proverbs 21:23 says, those who guard their mouths and tongues keep themselves from calamity. So, meaning from trouble. And that's the truth. Psalms 34:13 says, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from telling lies. I mean, this is in the Bible. It's telling you about the might of the tongue. Because there's power. And there's life and death. And power in the tongue. So, here it is. So, they go back, and you know how it is. You tell somebody to tell something. They done ad-lib. They done put their little spin on there, too. So, when it gets back to David, David is hot. He is hot. You hear me? David goes and he tells his guy, he said, okay, every man gird on your sword. So, every man girded on his sword. And David said, we gonna ride tonight. We gonna ride. He says, look, he said, all these men that was with me day and night, we took care of them. Now, their master and everybody who, this person, he wants to have this attitude like, we ain't did nothing. No such thing. No such thing. So, immediately, one of the guys, he decides, okay, everybody is going to end up getting killed behind this mess. He already sees this. Everybody's getting ready to get killed behind this stupid mess that this fool done did. I'm trying to get this thing to work right. So, hold on. So anyway, somebody goes and they go and they tell Abigail, look, Nabal just went off on David. Said he ain't giving him nothing. He don't care what he say, what he do, nothing. He ain't giving them a thing. David said he's coming and he's gonna kill up everybody in town. So she says, okay, look, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work at all. God starts speaking to her because now what you don't know in the Bible, it states that she is listed as one of 7 prophetess. She's listed among Miriam, Deborah, Hannah, Sarah, Huldah, and Esther, as far as being a prophet. So girlfriend she got it going on. Okay, Abigail got it going on. So she says, okay, look. She called her people together. She said, we got to do something about this, because this ain't going down like this. So she tells her people, she says, I need all you women to get together. We're gonna pack up some food, and we're gonna take this food over there to David. So she ends up getting there. Listen to this. So Abigail made haste. Okay, that's the key word. Haste. She made haste and took 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 sheep already dressed, 5 sacks of roasted grain, 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and loaded them on a donkey. Girlfriend wasn't playing. She know, way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Ain't that right, Ronnie? So anyway, he in the meantime, David is there, and David is pumping everybody up. He's saying, I have protected all this fellow has in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed, and all that belongs to him, and he has repaid me evil for good. May God do so, and more also, to the enemies of David, if I leave one male of all who belong to him by morning light. So he already done said, I'm killing up everybody tonight. Come morning, ain't nobody is going to be alive. So, tell me the New Testament don't be having going on. So anyway, homegirl, she sends them. She says, look, go take the food. I'm going to come. So y'all just go ahead and just pave the way. And then I'm going to get there. Now, the Bible says here that, okay. Okay. So now, when she came, right? When she got there, David saw how beautiful she was. And so David is like, but he's still pissed. Now, when I say she's beautiful, she has been stated as being one of the most beautiful women in the Bible. In fact, the Talmud is like the Jewish theologies. They say that the most beautiful women in the Bible was Abigail, Sarah, Rahab, and Esther. Okay, they have that. So that's coming from the central text of the Judaism, that she was that beautiful. Okay. So when she comes up, she tells David, she says, look, my husband is an idiot and a fool. His name, Nabal, means senseless. He's crude. He has no manners. He don't know nothing. But I know your God has a blessing on your life. And I know that your God, is going to make you much more powerful, much more richer than this fool could ever be. So why are you even entertaining the thoughts of doing something to him? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're better than him. You're so much better than him. And even it says here, that she says, when the Lord has done for my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning you, he has appointed you ruler over Israel, that this will be no grief to you, nor offense of heart to my Lord, either that you have shed blood without cause, or that my Lord has avenged himself. But when the Lord has dealt well with my Lord, then remember your maidservants." In other words, God's going to bless you for just sparing us. He's going to bless you. So David, he sees that, he told her pretty much, "I know God brought you here because I was getting ready to tear this place up. So I know it's God's doing." When she went back and she told Nabal what she did, well, his theme song in the back was LMA, because he was tripping. He was this, "I'm slim tripping, I'm just tripping." The man was tripping. He got pissed off that, one, she took food from his house and gave it to them after he said they couldn't have it. Two, that she apologized on his behalf. Three, that she didn't tell him what she was doing. So he went off on her to the point where God took him out right then and there. Took him out. But remember what I said in the beginning of this, when I said many of us have been in situations that you have said, okay, it could be worse. I'm in this situation. I'm with this person who does not treat me right, but at least I have a roof over my head. I'm married to somebody that's wealthy, or I'm with somebody that's well-to-do. I have nothing to complain about because life is not that bad. I'm not going to complain, but in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, you craving for something more. You know that you deserve better than what you're getting. You know that life has more in store for you. And you don't feel like doing that que sera, whatever will be, because I'm telling you right now, that's a bunch of junk, because whatever will be is the will be for God. And that's what happened with Abigail. She was with Nabal. He was an idiot. He was crude. He was cruel. And she was thankful to have a roof over her head, to have him as her husband, and to be with somebody of stature. And she put up with his nonsense, even though in her heart, she wanted more. And she believed in God. And she trusted in God, but she never complained to God. She never asked God for anything. And guess what? When she turned that food over to David and his men, and she apologized to him for her husband, and she stopped that bloodshed that took place, and she went back and told Nabal what she did, and he went off on her, and he went totally berserk. God took him out, and guess what ended up happening? She was blessed, because the moment he died and word got out that he was killed, David made her his third wife. She had 2 children by him. That little house that she lived in, that she thought was all of that, she ended up living much larger because David became king. That little bit of money that Nabal had, because he was the richest man in that part of Carmel, David was king of Israel. She got a whole lot more than she asked for. But that's God. God will bless you. And when he blesses you, he's not going to bless you with a little bit. He's going to bless you with a whole lot more. He's going to give you what you asked for, or what you wishing for, and what you seeking for. But he's going to add something else on top of that. So, as I always say, keep the faith, be blessed, keep in tune with God, and know these things do happen. And for those of you, like my friend at work that says, I don't know how you keep coming up with all of this stuff from the Old Testament, because the Old Testament is boring. Old Testament is got it going on. There's some good, juicy stories in the Old Testament, and I am bringing women to the forefront. So I've already talked to you about Rahab, who had it going on. I've already talked to you about about Abigail, who had it going on, and every day, I'm going to bring you somebody else. That's all I got to say. Hey Sheila, what's up, cuz? I just want everybody to know that I do appreciate my friends and family on Facebook, and I love you all, and stay blessed. I'm praying for you. Bye.